What's going on, guys, and welcome to episode 16 of PGR3 Platinum Playthrough. And in this episode we have got the Steamroller Tour Championship to do, which contains 5 events in different locations around the world, and we have a one-on-one and 4 street races to do. So we'll have a look at the tracks in this one. So we've got Boulevard Straight, which seems fairly simple to do, 2 laps on that one. I think that may be Las Vegas looking at it. Shinjuku Tour in Tokyo, point to point. Got White Street Bends, which looks like that's New York, on the bridges. Next street race, Old City East, which looks like that's in London, another point to point. And the final street race is the Grand Run, which also looks to be in Las Vegas. So I think there's a 2 or 3 in Las Vegas in that one. But we'll start off with a one-on-one. And we're going to use our last B-Class car. Or pick it, should I say. So we used the Enzo in the last episode. And I think I am going to use the Koenigsegg CC8S. We did unlock the Ford GT90 concept, which I did want to use. But I can't really turn down this Koenigsegg, to be honest. So we're going to use that. And there's a bridge event as well, so why ever not? Only 2 colours, and we're going to go for this orangey red. It's actually kind of hard to tell which one that is there. Pop it there next to the Enzo, so that's the last of the B classes, and we've still got 3.4 million. So let's have a look at these 2 next to each other. Very good cars indeed in our desert digs, so we've got a lot of room for the A classes in here. In fact, are we actually going to... where can you see your garage? Oh, you can't now. I was going to say, have we got enough room in there for all the A class cars? But you can't see. So, one-on-one to do. 75,000 credits for first place on hardcore. Right then, so which car are we against in this one? And of course it's going to be the Enzo. Why wouldn't it be the Enzo? And it's a drag race at the start. And you can see the Enzo's mid-range acceleration there. The Koenigsegg wouldn't start to catch up until later on down the straight. And I went for the pit manoeuvre. Well, I didn't really go for it. I trying to avoid crashing, really. And I don't know what's going on here. Get a little slide around there, but managing to get round the Enzo, and we're coming into a hairpin right now, which I braked too late for. Oh, it wasn't actually that bad. But I do come off slightly, but we're going down this straight now, so it's a pure drag race between the Enzo and the Koenigsegg now. Hopefully we'll be able to stay in the lead. What is this coming up? It's some sort of chicane that you can't see on the map whatsoever. And the Enzo obviously didn't see that at all. He's either crashed or braked ridiculously. And we get another chicane there. Has this got 6 gears? It does. And another chicane that just about got through there in one piece. I'm very surprised I didn't crash there. This is hard to accelerate in 6th gear. It feels a bit sluggish. And somehow actually managed to time that braking fairly well. I thought I was done for then. Thought I braked far too late. But with all those chicanes bamboozling the AI, we have actually managed to get a 6-second lead. So definitely the right car to pick for this sort of event. It was either this or the Enzo that's going to be very good on this sort of track. But even the GT90 is pretty good in a straight line, but not quite as good as these beasts. Oh geez, we're not even on the 2nd lap yet. This is a long-ass race. And these straights are actually surprisingly long. If you take out those chicanes... Oh dear. Yeah, let's just forget that happened. I was looking at the map there. I was still nearly 9 seconds ahead anyway. But I was going to say, if you take out those chicanes, that's I think that's longer than the bridge. Possibly. Or maybe a similar length, I don't really know. Didn't actually surprisingly do that much damage to the car. But we got that other hairpin. Maybe could keep that in third there, not too sure. But I know we've got 3 chicanes coming up. And I think the first one was pretty tight. So I'll just lay off slightly there. And we've got a big old open straight with McDonald's at the top right there. No advertising in this game, of course. So, what else is there? There's this thing. Just did a tap of the brakes there. Because we don't really want to be messing it up at this point. Still going over 200 miles an hour down here is pretty good. And again, actually timing that fairly well. It's a bit skiddy in second gear this though. Getting the power down. Now where was that corner I smashed into? I think it was down the other side of this straight here. That was pretty poor, but whatever. I could stop for like 10 seconds and start accelerating again and we'd still be in the lead probably, so... Oh no, I'm completely confused now. This was the chicane, wasn't it? Yeah, didn't need to do that there. It was around here somewhere, which I flew... Oh, it's after the finish anyway. Dope. Doesn't matter. Fastest lap, of course, and we've no idea where that Enzo is. But there we go. First one down. 1-on-1's always going to be easy, but it was against the Enzo, I suppose. But after those eliminators, the last episode, maybe these street races will pose more of a threat. We'll find out, but it was pretty easy. Okay, so first street race of the episode. Point to point in Tokyo using the CC8S. There are a lot less these rewards than previous episode. Previous episode was 120,000 and we're only on 75. Right, how many opponents have we got in this? We've got 5 opponents, so 6 cars. Got a bit of a jam up on the first corner. Now this is a point-to-point, so I have to get ahead quite quickly, otherwise things are going to go south pretty quick. I'm struggling for grip in third gear there. But of all cars to get away, it's the Celine S7. Oh no. My nemesis has returned. In Bounce City. Population, this Koenigsegg. That makes it so much more difficult. The AI never seemed to have a problem. Why am I always like hindered on it? And I'm spinning my wheels on the curb there. So this is what I mean about the point-to-points here. Once you get behind like this, it's really hard to get the ground back, especially when you don't know what the track's doing. Just sort of guessing every corner at this point. I thought there might have been a big jump there, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. Oh god, we're on the spiral section. This section is so stupid. And the finish line is somewhere around here. I don't think I'm going to catch that Celine up. To be fair, this probably isn't the best car for this. It's not that good in the low range acceleration. And the Celine does handle pretty well. Oh no, that's definitely ruined it now. Where the hell are we going? I've seen the finish line about 3 times. That Celine is actually pulling away right now. There's the finish, right. So we knew what was going to happen, just completely got beaten there. Right, let's see if we can do better this time. Know the track a little bit better this time, but it's still going to be difficult, I've got a feeling. I'm going to go on the inside this time. Aha, that might make things easier. Still colliding with all the barriers though. Oh dear. I've got to say, this thing is a little power slidey in the lower gears. So we're going to have to see if I can combat that. This time not going bouncing everywhere like a trampoline park. Right, I just bumped the Zonda completely out of the way. Understeering into the wall, but we are in a better reach of the Celine this time. Right, I'm actually managing to keep this thing in a straight line this time. Oh, he just randomly braked for us. We should have the advantage here. Right, now we are finally in front. Come down this bloody car park section. I'm just going to slide around here because this car doesn't turn around so well in the tight sections. But we actually stayed a fair distance ahead there of the Celine. It seems to lack the low-down punch that it had in PGR2. And the Enzo seems to sort of be top dog now. And this is better towards the top end, so it's actually completely switched roles from PGR2, the CC8S and the Enzo. I still don't know what really is coming around the corner, so I'm being quite cautious here. The last thing I want to do is crash when we are actually ahead of the Celine this time. Little jump to finish, and that wasn't that comfortable really. And obviously you've seen the first time was an epic fail. So there he flies into the barrier. Who's next? So ridiculous. They're all piling into the corner. But that's that event done. 75,000 credits, 5,000 kudos, and we'll jump to the menu. Alrighty, time for the third event and the second street race. So White Street Bends. We are, I think, in New York on the bridges, so this should be okay with this car. Okie dokie. What have we got? The sledgehammer. They know what track we're on, putting in the sledgehammer there. They definitely wouldn't put that on the Tokyo track. And we've got another CC8, the GT90, the Pagani Zonda, and we're flying past the 90 there. I think there's a Dodge Viper in front of that. And the green one looks like the Joss, and I've no idea what that car in front is. I think that's the Ultimate. And we'll just use them as the corner a little bit, slow us down, and get a nice little drift on. And the Ultima's in the lead. That just shows how good a car this is, because every time it's been in a race, excuse me mate, every time we've been in a race with it, it's been in the top spot of the AIs anyway. So now we're flying down the other side of the bridge. This should be a walk in the park for the Koenigsegg. Ultima's dropping back into the distance now, because it's probably reached its top speed. I think it can do just about 200, just over 200 miles an hour. Whereas the Koenigsegg keeps going, keeps pulling. That was pretty lucky because I didn't know how much to brake there. Did the CC8S have 6 gears in PGR2? I don't think it did. Is it even the same car, or is it like a slightly later version? If not, one of the games has got it wrong. So I'm pretty sure I just changed into 6th gear. I'm not actually imagining things. But there are some inaccuracies between these PGRs, because the TVR Speed 12 also has got a lot lower top speed. I think it's 220 something, or maybe just 220 in this PGR, but PGR 2, I think it went above 230. So where are we going with this race? Ah, the finish line's only there. Around these bends. I might as well drift around here, to be honest. Get a few more there, why not? And 4,001. That one's very important. Can't forget that. Oh, there isn't an end to this one. Ah, it must be only this... No, I thought it was a point to points. Oh yeah, there is. There is an end. I can see him crashing in the distance. I love watching that. It's hilarious. Right, that's that one done. 75,000 credits again. Very nice. Right, so 2 street races to go. And we are on event number 4, Old City East. So these point to points are actually fairly long, to be honest. And 75,000 credits once more. Right, in London now. Where have we been? We've been Tokyo, New York, London, Las Vegas. Yes, we've been one in each place. So that means that the last event's going to be doubled up on a city. Got the Enzo down here in 3rd. Demoted him to 4th. And the Ultimate and the S7 again are near the front of the pack. So for some reason they seem to be shifting towards the front. And I'll be honest, this does struggle to keep up in the corners a little bit. Because they both handle really well in this class, but obviously on this straight we're going to whack back quite a lot of time, brake late, just sneak in front of the Ultimate. Bit aggressive, but you can be aggressive on PGR. Kind of wants you to. Smacking into the middle of the barrier, which doesn't punish you as much when you're in the quick cars. It's much more noticeable when you're in Class E doing that, because that slowed you down big time. Ooh, bit of whipping landing there. And this one's actually a lot shorter. So I've not long been in front, and the finish is only just around here. There we go. Celine actually gets ahead of the Ultima in the end. And we can see them all. Let's watch them all. Crash into the wall. Where's everybody else? There's the Jag. Enzo, was there one more? How many's there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Dodge turns up to the party and we're having a little orgy in the corner. Right then. Don't need to see that, do we, boys? So we have unlocked the final event for this episode. So we are back in Las Vegas for what looks like a horrible sprint street race. So let's jump into this. Last street race, back in Las Vegas. Oh, the TVR, we haven't seen that yet. And the MC12. Nice to see some new faces around here. And I've no idea what just happened there. And I'm getting completely spun out by, which I think is the S7, is it? Yes, it is. And I'm understeering all over the place in this one for some reason. Get my head in the game, come on. So we got the Joss in first place, I think. Which I actually was quite impressed with that, driving that car. Considering it's a manufacturer probably no one's ever heard of. I think they're from Australia. And I believe they didn't get the supercar off the ground, really. So I think they no longer exist. But they had a couple of attempts at trying to make something. Oopsie daisy. God, I'm sliding all over the shop. Bouncy. No bouncy, please. God, I just can't get going in this. I just keep ricocheting off all the barriers. Right, that was better. Finally get a good corner so we can get ahead. going into a right-hander. Braking a bit earlier so I can get a good line. I do end up braking a bit too late, to be honest, on most of the corners. That was alright, not too bad. To be honest, the Koenigsegg is good on Las Vegas because there's plenty of straights, but the, like I said before, like the twisty and turny ones, it's not the best. Especially the corkscrew bit in Tokyo. Is that in Tokyo? Yeah, I think it's in Tokyo. That is absolutely awful, and it's just not good with this car. It just doesn't have the turning circle for it, really. Oh god, that caught me out big time. And I remember that corner. That always does that. I think it was in a timed run where it kept catching me out. Oh well. Still did alright. Well, we're going to make it to the end for once. Oh no, this is going to be bad. Is that lazy programming or not? We'll have to decide on that. But there's the gang, all here. And the MC12 actually came last in there. Not really expecting that. And Celine's attempting the reverse now. I'm going to say that's lazy programming. They could have done something else with that instead of having them all crash and do whatever at the end there. But that is championship complete. 250,000. God, they shortchanged us there. Why was that so little? And where are they getting these amounts from? Because that makes no sense. I'm pretty sure for one of the 3 events championships we got like 400,000. So why have we got 250,000 for a 5 event one? But anyway, so that's going to be the end of this episode. So in the next episode, we've got something that I don't know how to pronounce. Oedo. Odo? I'm probably butchering that. The Oedo style series in Tokyo goes sideways through a series of events showcasing bold driving and talent. So we're going to have a drift event, a speed challenge, an overtake. Oh, there's a cone challenge in there. I thought we might escape that, but looks like we won't. And that'll be the first episode that we use A-Class cars for. So, what is our budget looking like? So I've got over 4 million. So I'm going to attempt to buy an A-Class car for each episode, but that's going to completely depend on how many credits I have. Because for some of them, we're looking over 1 million for a car, but it all depends on how much money we get back. So I'll aim for the next, I think it's 7 championships we have, to buy an A-Class car for each one. But if I cannot, because of the budget, then I'll have to think what else to do. But I'm going to end it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed, as always, and I'll see you in the next one.